Okay, we started. That's our intro now, Bob.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. K9, underrated, overrated.
I think I think he's in a great place right now. You know.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he's gonna get nerfed at the next update. But I don't think he's overrated or underrated, to be honest. I just think he's there. You know.
Oh yeah.
Good old reliable K9.
When I thought he died in the episode with the school,
Score you.
nearly
Classic.
cried. But then he just appeared out of nowhere.
What an absolute lad.
Yeah.
People don't realise that he actually regenerates as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I had a toy K9 when I was younger, but it was like the size of K9.
Just about, yeah. You go when he used to regenerate, he goes into a doghouse and just blows the wood off of it and just comes out a whole new dog.
We are in a car.
Oh my god, I'm the tin dog.
Well, Clyde.
I mean, that was Mickey, but
Oh yeah! Oh my god, yeah! Clyde's Sarah Jane, isn't he?
yeah.
Oh. Promise I'm not racist.
We're about a minute in and we're already cancelled. Okay, well, let's start there then.
Okay.
Not with racism, but who's the best companion?
Oh. That's a tough one. I think definitely up there. I think the most iconic is probably Rose.
Yeah.
I think fan favourites, people, a lot of people like Donna.
Donna's one of my
And an
favourites as well.
underrated one is Martha.
Martha is underrated. You're not wrong. What do you reckon to
Amy and Rory are quite iconic as well, I think.
Why is that wave so? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. Okay. Amy and Rory are quite iconic, yeah. But I don't know. They were there for 3 seasons. So was Clara.
Oh yeah.
I feel like maybe if you make a more of an impression in, like, Martha was there for 13 episodes.
And she made quite a few appearances in the Donna series.
Yeah, she had about
the 2 Sontaran episodes, the one after the Doctor's daughter one. So
yeah, and then she was in the Jody's End on the other
Yeah.
one as well.
That's 5 out of the 13 of that series she was in. If you don't include like the one-off episodes like Water on Mars and stuff.
So, Donna was only in 13 episodes, and she was in the Christmas special. That's 14.
I would say the Christmas special, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe Donna's got a cheeky shout. I think
Maybe.
I feel like if you make the most impression in the smallest amount of time, that might make you the best.
The only series Rose wasn't in was in Martha's.
Yeah. Because I feel like it really would, like, the Doctor's whole arc in that series is about, like, letting go of that and then, like, trying to move forward.
Yeah.
He does a lot of growth about, you know, grief and stuff, and, like, Gallifrey and Rose in particular, he's there, like, yeah, I'm proper decent lonely. I'm proper decent
Proper
lonely.
decent, yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like if we'd have known Rose was alive and then, like, seeing him be on the set, we'd have been like, yeah, cheer up, mate, you'll be fine.
She ends up getting the B-Tech Doctor in the end.
Yeah. You got a consolation prize. The human Doctor, you'll be right. Yeah, not a fan of Bill. Not a fan of Nardo.
I think I know who you're on about, and yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
The newer companions don't feel like people.
Yeah, I think I can agree.
And Mickey's a bit. What about River?
Ooh.
What do we make to River?
Is she a companion though?
I think she's in it enough to be considered a companion. She's in a lot of episodes.
True, but does she travel with the Doctor? I mean, she knows the ins and outs of how to control the TARDIS. Captain Jack Sparrow Jack Sparrow. Captain Jack Harkness.
I love Johnny Depp and Doctor Who.
Captain Jack Harkness. That's it. I liked
He's
him.
not in it very. I think he might be a really great companion because he's not in it that much, and he's really well done.
He's in the last 3 episodes of Christopher Eccleston. Is that like
2,
that's
isn't it? Or is it 3?
No, because he must have been last 3 because he was in the Slovene one, the one in
Oh,
Cardiff,
yeah.
and then the 2-parter with the Daleks at the end.
Yeah, and he was in the Doctor Dancers,
He was, yeah.
and
That was 2-parter as well.
he's
so
in the 3-parter of The Master,
yeah,
and then Journey's End.
so they're quite a bit, isn't it? Yeah. Was he in it?
Yeah, but I mean, like compared to the others, it's not as much, is it?
I was surprised because obviously he does Torchwood. He wasn't in the final episodes of David Tennant with Rose, where he lost Rose, and because obviously he's part of Torchwood. Unless was the storyline that he took over Torchwood after what happened there. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think that's what happened because David Tennant's Doctor didn't like Torchwood after that.
Don't do that.
And then he was mad at Captain Jack for setting up Torchwood again. So
Yeah, he sets up Torchwood. Well, we found out that he's reset up Torchwood in the Master 3-parter, the second part of that. I watched it recently, and Harriet Jones was the original head of Torchwood.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
No, or was it the Queen Victoria? Because the Wolf
Yeah,
episode,
she
started it then.
Yeah, and then Harriet Jones takes it over, has it on the Christmas day with the cigarette.
She does, yeah. Harriet Jones, MP for
Torchwood is a
North.
big part of season 2. It comes up a lot.
Harriet Jones, MP for Flado North. Thing is, though, she
Yeah,
was
so
in
we
charge
know
during
who you
COVID.
are.
Yeah, she wouldn't have let us down. With Harriet Jones, she wouldn't have had parties.
Is that all the companions? I think it is, to be honest.
There's probably a couple we've forgotten about. I feel like
I
just
don't
like
think- we haven't-
short story ones, whether in like a couple.
We didn't really talk about Clara. I like Clara. I just think she's a bit square.
I get what you. I think I know what you mean.
She doesn't really change very much, and she doesn't really
Yeah.
feel like she like. There are times where it feels like she's growing and changing.
I
but
feel like we don't know enough
never
about
enough.
her as well.
Yeah.
Like there was the whole story of how is she in parts of the Doctor's life in the past. So like when in the one where she thought she was alive but she was actually a Dalek.
Yeah.
I think she was in another one as well. So there was, that got resolved, and then after that we didn't really learn anything else about her.
Yeah, we learn a lot. We learn like most about her in season 8 when she has like the whole Danny plot, and she's kind of like leaving the Doctor in that series. But then she comes back, and I don't feel like we learn anything about her in season 9, really, apart from that she just does anything that Missy says. Ever. Like that first 2-parter, like with the Dalek, just annoys me because Clara just does everything that Missy says without questioning it, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know who she is. So, do we bother going over who the best Doctor is? Because we've had this conversation, and it's David.
It's David, yeah. I have I mean, you haven't watched the classic ones, have you?
No, I haven't.
I've got my favourite of them. It's Patrick Troughton, who's the second one.
I hear a lot of people like Tom Baker as well.
Tom Baker's good, but I feel like he was too long.
Yeah.
He did about. He was either 7 or 9. I think he did 7 series.
Jeez, imagine doing that nowadays.
Yeah. So like after that, he struggled to get any other role because everyone just recognised him as Doctor Who. It's a bit how like Daniel Radcliffe struggles now because obviously everyone recognises him as Harry Potter.
Yeah. We should turn off the aircon.
Okay, let's go.
That should hopefully make the sound a little bit better. Yep, it's gone down. We may have just ruined the first 10 minutes of this.
This podcast is sponsored by Toshiba Aircon, but now the sponsorship has now run out, so we're going to have to turn it off.
For all your cooling needs. Alright, circling back. 7 seasons.
He did 7 seasons, yeah. And how many companions did he have? He had Sarah Jane to begin with.
Classic Sarah Jane.
He had like a bit of a badass woman from what's his planet called?
Gallifrey.
And then he had like an intelligent, like scientific woman from Gallifrey. Then
Was that a normal thing back in the classic series to have companions from Gallifrey come through?
He had a couple from Gallifrey. Like
Did other Doctors do that as well?
the very first Doctor, his granddaughter Susan, she was Gallifreyan.
She was of Gallifreyan descent.
I think that's all the ones from Gallifrey, just his granddaughter, and then the two that I think she was from Gallifrey, the badass woman, but the intelligent one I'm pretty sure was. I could be wrong though.
I don't know, Chief.
I feel like Colin Baker didn't do enough. I think Colin Baker could have done with one more series, and same with Sylvester McCoy.
Yeah. He's the 7th one, isn't he?
Sylvester McCoy's like he wears all white kind of. He carries an umbrella, a white hat. He has a companion called Ace.
I've heard of it. I just can't picture it. You said white suit, and now I'm all I'm thinking about is
the Daleks. That's probably his most famous one.
You said white suit, and now all I can think about is the guy in the cricket outfit.
Oh, Peter Davidson.
Yeah.
He was number 5. I'll get a picture of Sylvester McCoy for you.
While you're doing that, I'll distract people. Okay. Yes, I do remember him.
Yeah.
I thought he was earlier on, to be honest.
He's 7, and number 6 is Colin Baker.
Yeah.
He pretty much wore the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah. Who was the guy who just started like clawing people on the face?
Oh, John Pertwee. He just make random noises when he hits people. Hi!
Yeah. What a lad.
That was so confusing, yeah.
Is it weird going from the second Doctor to that?
It is a bit. Well, the first, the second one. Well, the first one was really old that it struggled to even walk, let alone run or fight someone.
Yeah.
The second one was very big personality, but didn't really fight anyone.
Yeah, just chilling with his recorder.
Yeah, yeah. Third one would want to fight everyone and go hi as every time he hits someone, and be like some weird moves as well. The fourth one he's just trying to make sure I don't tramp on his scarf.
And he's the guy with the jelly babies, isn't he?
Yeah, jelly baby, yeah. Fifth one wants to play cricket.
Yeah, you like what you like.
The sixth one is Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Shout out to him.
Seventh, I don't even know how to describe Sylvester McCoy's.
He's just kind of there, isn't he?
Yeah. Number 8 was there for a good 90 minutes. Number 9, probably could have done maybe with another series. Christopher Eccleston, I mean.
Yeah. I really like Christopher Eccleston. Like you say, he was very. We talked about this earlier. He was very. It's almost like a tonal dissonance at this point because he's a lot darker than what we associate Doctor Who with today. But I thought he did really great with the job. I feel like I'm interviewing him now. You've got the job.
It would have been interesting to see what it would have been like if he did another series.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, some of my favorite episodes are just like. I feel like he works really well in the weirder ones. You know, like the Slovene one. I think he's great in that one.
Oh, the 2-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, when I saw that episode, every time I saw let's say politically correct, at school when I would see a large teacher of some sort, I would think Slovene. I would think, oh my god, are they a Slovene? Because there's a Sarah Jane Smith episode where the Slovenes take over a school and they are disguised as the school teachers.
Oh no.
So that I would then think, oh my god, he's quite big. He must be a Slovene. But I'm still alive, so I don't think that was true.
Did they fart a lot? That's the real question here.
It's not something I remember them doing, but
I feel like if they did, you'd remember it.
yeah.
So Christopher Eccleston was great and deserved another season.
David Tennant. I mean, that
Perfect.
literally just the words David Tennant. You just know it's.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think we need to stay on this one for very long because we're both of the opinion that he did a great job. He is probably the best, and
I mean, it's a
I
green
think-
one,
I
but
don't
do you
think
want a
he
starburst?
I don't think. No, I'm good.
Alright.
I don't think he outstayed his welcome either. I think 3 seasons was perfect for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was upset when he announced that he was leaving. But, you know, as they say in Hot Fuzz, it's for the greater good.
The greater good. Matt Smith.
Part of me, it's weird because it's like you have such a high with David Tennant,
Yeah.
and you think it's impossible to overcome that, and it's obviously it's going to be hard, but I still think he did a good job, but obviously still not up there with David Tennant.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think he might have tailored off to the end of his thing. Like, I think he started off well, and then
Yep.
it kind of tailored off a
I think that's just like, maybe it's just me, but that's just how I feel about Moffat's eras in general. Russell T Davies had this, like, it kind of seemed to. I think the first series is a bit normally because I think it's really good. But I think they kind of build on each other, like the seasons. And I think Moffat's kind of going the opposite direction. I tend to think that in both Capaldi and Matt Smith's eras, their first season was my personal favourites.
Mm.
And then it gets lower. But yeah, I love the 5th season. I love the Pandorica opens, or the whole just him getting a fucking teleporter and just fucking with time for 50 minutes straight. A lot of people
Fez.
didn't like that. They were there like,
I liked it.
I think the issue was that the Pandorica kind of promised that he'd be fighting all those different villains. And
Yeah.
then,
But it's hard because
It didn't.
like the amount of villains that were there, how are you going to fight
Yeah.
all them in a 45-minute episode?
yeah. And obviously you have other great episodes in that series, like Vincent and the Doctor, which
Oh yeah,
is class.
that's one where everyone like secretly like, yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. Everyone like kind of forgets it, and then like every so often you go out to it and they're like, all right, no, that was good.
The ending's quite like an emotional one where it brings him to the future to show in the museum.
Yeah, that sells it. That moment is timeless.
Like the museum was like doing the speech about Van Gogh.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I believe that was written because a deleted scene in the Agatha Christie episode had something similar, and they deleted it. And so they were like,
right.
"Oh, this could be a good moment, but we don't really. It doesn't really fit
Agatha
that story."
Christie, is that the one where she drove into the lake?
Yeah, and the big
Yeah.
wasp.
The big wasp, yeah.
Guy just there. There's that.
in that wasp episode where it just keeps going, and it was you. As Donna's like, oh, so it was her. Like, no,
Yeah.
it was her that did it. It's like, okay, and it was you. And it's like, wait, so she's the no, she's not the killer.
And it was you that puts a Donna, and I was like, "What? I didn't." Do that." Love that episode. So yeah, season 5, good, not great. Between good and great, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Was that in that series, or am I thinking the one after with the bring back the Silurians?
Yes, it is that series.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is because that's when Rory disappears at the end of the second.
and Rory dies like every episode. I swear to God, that's a meme.
Yeah.
I swear, I think I counted at one point. He dies 6 times in 3 seasons. Like, I don't understand. He dies in the Silurian episode,
Yeah.
the episode where the TARDIS gets taken over by an evil being.
Okay.
In the
Oh,
the
are you
Weeping
on about
Angels take Manhattan.
The Dream Lord.
Yeah, the Dream
I
Lord.
really like that episode.
Yeah,
That's good.
so he dies in the Silurians, the Dream Lord, the one with the Dark TARDIS where they go to the different realm. They go to like a different galaxy, and the TARDIS gets overtaken by some fucking mythical creature, and he kills like Rory like twice in front of Amy just because he's a bit of a dick. And he also dies to the angels. He dies to
Oh,
a gun in the Silence 2-parter.
yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
But then it's all kind of a hoax and they save him. there's another time as well, and honestly, it's dumb. He dies so many times, it becomes a meme. It got to the point where wherever he was in danger, I was just kind of there like, don't care anymore. He'll be brought back next episode.
Yeah.
Um,
So, you know, are you sure about that?
it's about this. It's about at this point as well. We shouldn't really go any further about discussing River.
Yeah.
A great idea for a character,
Yeah.
and probably has best episodes in season.
I'd say the more beginning of her
Yeah.
thing. So, like, when we first ever meet her, the angels, the one where it's revealed that she's Amy and Rory's daughter.
Yeah,
What a plot twist that was to the end of that.
that's the following season. We'll get to that now.
Yeah.
Okay, season 6 has a Good Man Goes to War where
That's what it's called, yeah.
where we find that out. The Wedding of River Song, which I'm not completely sold on that being like
Yeah.
that. This is the first finale where it kind of feels like another episode, which is not what you want from a Doctor Who series.
Yeah, it just feels like a regular two-parter, like at some point in the series.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really cool idea for an episode that time kind of stopped and all kind of blended into one. But they don't really explore it.
That series, they did it in 2 parts, didn't they? So they released some of it to begin with, and then
Did they?
and then there was like a break. Yeah, because after the is it A Good Man Goes to War? Did you say?
Yeah.
After that episode, there was like a break.
Oh. Well, that concept of like bringing all like time together and like William Shakespeare interacting with I don't know, fucking.
Is that the same series as something to kill Hitler?
Yeah, Let's Kill Hitler.
That's
it's called.
it. Yeah, that's a weird one. That.
And it's also the same one as The Silence.
You're gonna be more specific.
The one where they try and go to the moon, but those monsters keep like wiping their memories and.
Oh, that's not the one at the beginning of the series where the Doctor gets killed, is it? By Amy, not Amy, River Song in the astronaut suit.
Yeah, we have the iconic scene where Matt Smith's in the Oval Office.
Oh,
this is the Oval Office. I was looking for the oblong room. It's so good. But yeah, that's my favorite part of that series. There's that opening 2-parter with the moon and the silence. I sometimes when I'm watching it, I'll watch that 2-parter and move on to the next season.
There's that really weird the 2-parter in that series, I think, where there's the people are made of this like weird flesh.
Oh yeah, the almost human.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what's it called?
Those are the 2 episodes before The Good Man Goes to War, because they find out that Amy wasn't actually Amy.
Yeah.
She was with them.
Yeah, the almost human and the rebel flesh, that those 2 episodes are called, and I can't
They
think
were
what they're
weird.
called, the flesh, but yeah, that's a weird time. Tell you another good episode from that series. We already talked about the TARDIS being overtaken by weird demon person. That's a good episode. If you haven't, you should go back and watch that one.
Oh, I probably have seen it. I just cannot remember it.
But another good one is The Girl Who Waited.
Is that the one where she picks, where like as soon as you go out, you have to go through these 2
Yeah,
doors,
that
and she
one.
picks the wrong one? Wasn't it a waterfall, and what was the other one? There was one of them was a waterfall, and one of them was something else.
I don't know why, but I the word that came to mind was the red tornado, but I might be wrong.
I don't know. One of them was red, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, that episode is dope, if a little bit cheesy at the end. They kind of both the Amy's kind of come together, and they're kind of like, how can we find a common ground in order to go back to the TARDIS? And they're like, we both love Rory, and I'm like, come on,
Bitch, please, he'll die in the next episode.
And then the Doctor kills one of them, and they're like, okay, we're interesting again. And then we get season 7, and I told you I'm not a fan of this one.
Yeah. I feel like from there, it's just like, we do not speak of this. We don't do that here.
We're going to keep going. We're going to venture forward, because even the parts that you haven't seen, I'm going to talk about, because...
Yeah.
But yeah, season 7's weird. Clara turns up. Don't think she works with Matt, to be honest.
I'm trying to remember what she was in, the one where they got the shard. I remember that.
She starts in Asylum of the Daleks, where she thinks she's a Dalek.
Oh, yeah.
Then we see her in the Snowman episode, where she's in like Victorian London being chased by an ice lady.
Fair play.
Then she's in the Bells of St. John, where she's in New York, and everybody's being hunted by Alex Hunter from FIFA.
Oh yeah, from the Korean series. Yeah, you'll get your opportunity on. Nice motor, mate.
And then she joins the Tardis in that episode, and that's where we get her. Loved the Angel episode with Amy and Rory. Loved the final three-parter with the name of the Doctor, the day of the Doctor, and the time of the Doctor.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's
I've forgotten.
They're definitely called that. I don't know if I had them in the right order. Where all that happens. 50th anniversary is borderline perfect when David comes back.
I vaguely remember. I can hardly remember. I can just remember that the Zygons were in it.
David Tennant gets married to Elizabeth.
Oh, fair enough.
And
that was like back in 2012. That's 10 years ago. That the fifth. It was the 60th anniversary this year.
Jeez, we should release it on that day. Okay, yeah, and all that happens. Amy and Rory die. Clara jumps into his time stream because it's fucking Doctor Who, and at that point, that's just bye at this point.
The editor into like classic Doctor Who episodes, like have her in the background, which I thought was a bit. Oh.
What do you make of that?
What?
That she's like now like part of Doctor Who history, but like in the background, kind of, sort of, not really.
It's weird because I'll go back and watch those episodes and I won't see her in the background. I'll be like, oh, she's not there, is she?
Well, you're lying.
Yeah.
I mean, even as a person that hasn't seen those episodes, I thought it was a bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan either. It meant that she could meet John Hurt and we could get the 50th anniversary. So swings and roundabouts.
And she was the one who told the first Doctor, William Hartnell, to pick that TARDIS they've got now.
I don't want to touch that, man. Like, we'll get into retcons of the classic series when we talk about Jodie, but we'll leave that there. Peter Capaldi.
Capaldi, yeah. Wasn't bad, but not the best Doctor, in my opinion.
What's the last episode you remember? Because you didn't get that far.
I remember the last episode I watched was when an area was being flooded, and you could see the Doctor's dead body as like a skull thing.
The Under the Lake two-parter.
That's it. I saw the first part. I remember it ending where they looked out the window and they saw the Doctor in the water.
That has a pretty decent ending, in my opinion.
But it did look like a good episode. I've just never got around to watching part 2.
Okay. Season 8, I think, is underrated as hell. It has this really cool thing where we actually learn about her, and she's like dating this army lad, and slowly learning that, you know, maybe she doesn't want to spend the rest of her life inside the TARDIS. And then that lad dies.
God.
And that's where we get the Missy two-parter where they literally go to hell to try and save him, and it doesn't work. And I think that season's pretty dope. Then season 9 happens, and
how bad?
Boy. Okay, explaining this to a person that hasn't seen season 9 is gonna take some time. So I'm crossing my legs. I'm sat down and comfortable. Let's do this.
Get comfortable.
Okay, so season 9 starts with the Doctor being in a midlife crisis because start that again. Season 9 starts with the Doctor being in a midlife crisis because he thinks he's gonna die.
Okay.
So Clara, being the usual person that decides that she's gonna do whatever Missy says from now on, they go on a mission to try and save him. Don't ask me where that plotline goes because I don't know.
Even the scriptwriter had no idea.
But then, like, we have this other plot going on where Davros meets.
Davros is back.
The young version of. So, the Doctor meets a young version.
He's died more than Rory.
The Doctor meets a young version of Davros and like is like, "Yo, G, I don't really want to help you because your name's Davros."
Oh, so he's from like north of London then, that's it.
Yeah. Davros, we don't know. It's actually from North London.
Davros, he's got to go, blood.
Obama, who? And then, like, with shenanigans happen, the Doctor outsmarts the Daleks again, and the Doctor saves Davros, which gives them the concept of mercy, which allows the Doctor to stop himself from killing the Dalek that Clara is now inside because Missy's a dick.
Okay.
That's basically that episode. A couple more episodes happen. Yeah, you don't need to care. The only other thing that really you need to know about before we get into like the finale kind of part is that the Doctor and Clara kind of figure out how to stop death.
Okay.
They put this chip inside of Maisie Williams, and
I don't know who she is, but I'll nod. For
you-
people
have-
listening,
have you-
I'm nodding.
have you not seen Game of Thrones?
Oh, I know who you're on about. She makes an appearance in quite a few episodes, I think.
Yeah. So they just decide, you know what, we don't really want her to die, though she's dying, so we're gonna get this chip and we're gonna put it in her neck, and she's gonna be fine. No, we put it in her head.
Is that why
They
she's
put it
in
somewhere.
quite a few episodes? Because she's in the
Yeah.
that medieval kind of one, isn't she?
Yeah, there's only like one good scene in that episode where they're like the he's about to hang and the Doctor's just making jokes at him. Big hands, you know what that means? Big handkerchief. It's so good. But yeah, then this chick is called a shielder and she can't die, and she now hates the Doctor because of it.
Okay.
Then we get to the finale, and Clara dies
Nice.
because of a shielder.
Okay.
And who cares? The Doctor, then a shielder traps the Doctor in a Gallifreyan torture device, and we get the best episode of the series, Heaven Sent, where he spends years in this torture chamber
Oh, I might have seen that one.
dealing with.
Is that the one where he just keeps coming back to life?
Yeah.
And keeps constantly like.
Yeah.
Didn't he keep punching something?
Yes. And he has this amazing quote about how this bird chisels a golden mountain, and every time that it changes shape or some shit, 1 second of eternity will have passed. And it is awesome. I love that episode.
I think I might have seen that one actually. Then yeah.
And then we get to Gallifrey,
Oh, okay.
and it is a massive letdown.
Oh.
Imagine waiting 9 seasons to get to a place and then fucking off in the next episode.
I mean, you see Gallifrey a fair bit in the classic ones.
Yeah.
There's a really good one called. It's got the word time in it. It's got the Sontarans, and they go to Gallifrey, and the Doctor's being announced as the head of Gallifrey. I don't know whatever it is, and then the Sontarans tried to kill him, but you get to go in the TARDIS and you get to see the whole of like the TARDIS. So that there's literally like the Sontarans are chasing the Doctor and stuff through the TARDIS, so through all these rooms.
Cool.
So like you get to see like the swimming pool in there, you get to see like the garden areas, everybody's like bedrooms. Yeah, it's really cool.
Great.
It's
I wish they'd do something like that in the newer series. That'd be dope.
It's 8 parts.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. Okay, getting back to it. Like, we spent 9 seasons until like the Doctor could finally start walking among Gallifreyan people again, and he steals a TARDIS and fucks off.
The amount of times they hinted at it in David Tennant's one where they showed, the bit inside the dome.
Yeah.
They hinted at that so many times, but we never went.
Yeah. I don't think that Hellbent in of itself is a terrible episode. We get emotional farewell with Clara, and Ashilda's also around, and and we have this whole Gallifreyan mythical creature that's roaming about, and we defeat him, and Clara kind of cheats death, and that's where it kind of ends.
Oh, she's hacking.
Yeah, she's just got cheat modes on.
Oh, she's hacking. She's putting the GTA cheat codes in.
And the thing is, that of itself isn't a terrible finale, but when you put Gallifrey in there, you expect so much.
Yeah.
You expect the end of time quality fucking drama, and it's just not there.
Yeah.
Season 10.
Well, I'm gonna let you take the floor. I saw the first episode. That's all. I saw something to do. Didn't it begin with on a train or something? That's when we first see Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. I'm pretty sure on a train.
Oh no, I'm talking about the season before that, with the last season of Peter.
Oh right, okay, sorry.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We'll get there.
I'll take that back.
Okay, so Peter Capaldi is now in as a university lecturer. Don't get attached to that because he does it for about one episode and then gets back to the TARDIS.
I vaguely remember that bit actually. What's the name of the character? Is it Bill?
Yeah.
Awful character.
Awful.
I won't. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. That from what I saw, awful.
I couldn't deal. Like, I watched it because I wanted to. I saw the scenes of the ending, and I thought,
She died, didn't she, at the end?
yo, this ending low key kind of pog, looks kind of dope.
Didn't she die at the end though? She did
Yeah,
Cyberman.
She does. And so I went back and I watched it all because I was like, I want to understand this ending better. And yeah, she's just not great. Neither's Nardole, to be honest. A lot of people really like Nardole, and I'm just there like, I just think he's a bit bland.
The best thing about that series was the trailer music for the series. That series, the music they used in the trailer is one of the best trailer mute songs I've ever heard.
He goes blind in the series.
Who? The Doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet I didn't see that coming.
So he tries to save. Fuck's sake. So he tries to save Bill from fucking dying because they're on a spaceship and they're running out of oxygen. But the Doctor gets oxygen starved and his eyesight goes.
I've just remembered something. Speaking of the Cybermen, I know we're going way back, but there was 2 Matt Smith episodes with James Corden in.
Oh yeah.
Some of the first one was all right. The second one was probably one of the weirdest Doctor episodes I've ever seen.
So the first one is called The Lodger, and it's the one where he's his roommate.
Yeah, I remember he plays football or something, doesn't he? And then at the end of the game, one of the players goes, "Oh, we're going to exterminate him next week," and he's just like, "No, we're not going to do that on my watch."
Absolutely not.
What happened at the end of that? I can't remember.
They go upstairs. There's a spaceship upstairs, and the pilot is like, "Yo, Doctor, you're proper decent smart, you.
Yeah, innit?
How about I make you the new pilot of this proper decent evil ship?"
Yeah. Then Doctor comes in and goes, "I'm the captain now."
And then James Corden and the love interest of the episode that I don't remember the name of have to admit that they love each other in order to make the ship explode, if I remember correctly.
I don't know how that makes sense, but yeah, nod.
Very Doctor Who.
for the audiences listening, we are nodding.
What's the second one called?
Second one, they're married and they've got a kid. I remember
Yeah,
that.
Stormageddon he's called.
Yeah, doesn't the Doctor work at a toy store or something? And then isn't one of those the cyber mouse things is going around in the shop or something?
Yep.
And then they find a secret Cybermen.
Again, James Corden defeats the Cybermen with the power of love.
Yeah, but it's for his son this time.
So it's different.
I don't know who else he loves, so I don't think there's going to be a third one.
He's going to defeat the Daleks with the power of the love for Matt Smith now. Let's track back to season 10.
I could do it for the Late Show.
For Ruth Jones.
Do it for Carpool Karaoke.
So season 10 comes to a close with Missy having a little... Oh, they had this really cool thing where Missy's they want to kill her, but the Doctor's like, "Nah, G, she'll stay in my TARDIS and be a prisoner instead."
Mm-hmm.
And he guards her for that entire series. He keeps coming back to this prison cell and being like, "Yo, Missy, you good, G?" And
yeah.
Thing is, that it's genuinely Missy's probably one of my favorite parts of that series, just because I think it's a really intriguing concept of him learning to like the Master again, and they grow and by the end of the series, Missy is working in the TARDIS with him, and I wish they'd spent more time on it, and I wish they'd got rid of the other companions and just had those two, because I thought they worked great together. Anyway, we get to the final, and then Bill meets other Master who are more evil, and
Who am I, Julia?
Bill gets sent to a Cyberman.
Is that the original Master that plays him?
It is John Sim. that plays the one of them, and the other one is Missy.
I'm pretty. Is he? Oh, it's got a very similar. That's a very similar name to that really like famous bald porn star called Johnny Sins. He's in like a load of memes.
Moving on. And then he regenerates, and his regeneration is one of my favorites.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know how the regeneration process went for that one.
It's so good. He goes through the rules of being a doctor. Is he like?
What caused the regeneration?
He gets shot by Cybermen over and over again. It's pretty brutal.
What's the clip from the Star Wars film where Kylo Ren's going more, more?
But yeah, he has this really great moment where he's like, run fast, because you always have to laugh hard, because it's always funny, and be a doctor or something like that. And it's really great quotes all over the place. And he says, like, one more lifetime won't kill anyone. And then ends it with saying, like, Doctor, I let you go. And it's just awesome. Like, that season, dog shit. The ending, amazing. It doesn't make sense to me how this ending can be so good and the show be, like, not reminiscent of that quality at all. Oh yeah, the first Doctor comes back as well.
Christopher Eccleston. Oh, William Hartnell.
William Hartnell is played by the guy who played Walder Frey in Game of Thrones, and they have a little. Is it a Christmas special? No, I don't. It might have been. I don't remember. Anyway, so they talk about. So the Doctor is regenerating at this point, but he just keeps stopping it, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna put my hands in the snow," and for some reason that helps. It's not really explained, but you know, he puts his hands in the fucking cold, and that stops regeneration for some reason. And he goes on this adventure with William Hartnell, talking about how old he is and how he doesn't want to regenerate anymore, and how he just wants to die. And it's a comedic episode as well.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But yeah, he ends it. I want to move on. Okay. So we're going to Jodie Whittaker's episodes.
Indeed.
They're not good.
From just seeing little clips, I think I can agree.
I watched the first 3, and I could tell something was wrong. Like, none of the side characters feel like characters, and even Jodie herself just feels like she's expositing the plot the entire time and doesn't really have a personality, and it just I'm gonna try and be analytical and not just say everything is bad. But anyway, there's a cast of like totally new villains, and they're all, I don't know,
SHIT.
they're all fine.
Oh.
But yeah, nothing really works in the series, and a big onion is in the first episode, and the person that is hunting the big onion comes back in the finale, and he wasn't scary in the first episode, and he's not scary in the final episode. And then in the final episode, Bradley Walsh decides that he wants to start killing people now, which, you know, hasn't been part of his character the entire time. But like this onion killed his wife in the first episode. No, not the onion.
She fell off like the crane.
Yeah. So the guy who was hunting came out the onion, was like, killed his wife, and now Bradley Walsh just decides he wants to be a murderer all of a sudden, and he's like really set on this, and it hasn't been built up at all. So then when he comes around and he's like, I don't feel like killing you anymore, it comes out of nowhere, because, you know, the whole idea came out of nowhere. There's Donald Trump in the series as well. Arachnids in the UK is like this giant spider is trying to do stuff, and there's this character who's like this rich dude who wants to be president, who's also a businessman. He's pretty orange. Like, literally anybody that's watched the episode just knows him as Donald Trump, because he's so obviously like trying to be a commentary on American politics that it's just that's like the crux of the reason. That's not the crux of the reason. I don't. There's so many reasons, but that's one of the
Crux.
reasons I don't like this era.
Oh,
Every single episode feels like what's it called?
I don't know.
You're like on the news. What do you call it? Like a
Story?
no. It, I don't know why I got annoyed at you.
A montage?
No, it feels like a current affairs like
Okay.
debate every time. It's like so this
Oh, didn't they do one with what was the name on the back of the bus?
Rose Parks.
That's it.
So that's our racism episode. You know, we
Yeah.
have our racism episode, we have our recycling episode, we have our Trump episode, we have
Is it a bit like? Is it turning into a bit of Black Mirror?
No, because Black Mirror's good.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It just beats you over the head with these simplistic ideals like, don't be racist. We should recycle. There's one on fucking like pollution and stuff, where it's like, if we don't make a change to recyclable energy, we'll become these fucking white monsters over it. You don't want to become that, do you? And Jodie basically like turns to the camera and she's there like, so stop using fucking gases, and like winks at the camera and some shit. It's like the weirdest thing ever, and it's like, just stop. I get it. I get the message.
Was that the series where she come out to Tardis and there's Anfield behind us? Goes, I've seen Liverpool beat Barcelona.
That's
7 times,
first
isn't it?
series, and that's like one of the only times I actually like that part because it shows that Jodie has an actual personality for once.
She goes 7 times. Yeah, I couldn't get a ticket. 7 tickets wasted.
Okay, so that season ends. It's bad, and then we go to season 12, and it's better. We have the Cyberman episode where she meets Mary Shelley, and she sounds like an actual. See, Chris Chibnall had another writer on this episode, and you can definitely tell because she feels like an actual doctor in that episode. And that's like one of the only Jodie Whittaker episodes I would genuinely go back to and watch in my spare time because it's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a Cyberman on the loose that still feels human emotions, trying to kill them with this mystical goo that they're trying to protect, with Mary Shelley in a house that keeps changing, and it's actually pretty cool. Also, you have your Nikola Tesla episode here, which is like,
Is that the light bulb that he created?
yeah, he went and invented loads of stuff and then like didn't get any credit, and then there's another inventor, I've forgotten his name, that's apparently a lot more famous, so got all the credit.
Is it Isaac Newton?
It might be, I don't remember. And then like he's there like Jodie's like, yo, he should have got the credit, and who cares? Like that episode is fine, but it's just I don't really remember very much, if I'm honest, from that.
What's someone knocked at the door then?
What else happens that season? I watched every episode that season. I can't think of any others. Oh, let's talk about the Timeless Child. Bad. The Timeless Child breaks everything we know about the Doctor.
Fair play, fair play.
So, as the guy who's watched the classic series,
Oh, that's me.
yeah, it is. Is there any way that the Doctor could have created regeneration?
It's weird because just literally the first time. I mean, I can't imagine how confused people must have been in the 60s when they saw the Doctor regenerate for the first time. I'm like, oh, what's going on here then? But yeah, I'm trying to think of all the. I can't remember how it happened, or what happened to him in order to do it. But it was an episode with the Sidemen when I think it was actually might have been the first ever Sidemen episode. When the Doctor regenerated to the second one. I've not seen the very last episode of the second one because I'm afraid to, because it's my favourite classic Doctor and I don't want to see it come to an end. But it's 10 parts.
Oh my god.
It's called The War Games. It's pretty much got all the villains from his previous 2 or 3 series.
That sounds awesome.
My favourite companion actually is with the second Doctor. He's called Jamie. He's Scottish. And he wants to fight everyone.
What a lad.
Yeah, like the first and second Doctor, there's like a lot of episodes are like really long parts. So like there's a Cybermen episode where they take over London, which is 8 parts.
Jeez.
And that's a really good one. What are the long ones? There's a Dalek one that's a lot of parts as well. But yeah, they tend to do a lot of parts with like the earlier ones. The way the Doctor changed from the 4th to the 5th one, so Tom Baker to Peter Davison, he fell off a pylon. He fell off a pylon, landed, and then he regenerated.
Your last Doctor Who shenanigans.
What was number 3 to 4?
It feels so weird, like that happening, and then like Jodie Whittaker regenerating and falling down to Earth and being completely fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how it was something to do with a spider. I'm pretty sure his last episode was to do with a spider, but I can't remember what caused him to regenerate. From 5 to 6, I think he got shot.
Jeez.
So he changed, and then from 6 to 7, I don't know, because the last series of the 6th Doctor is called Trial of the Time Lord, which is like a 4 storyline thing where he's in court and he's on trial for something. And each episode it's pretty much they're going through a storyline that's happened in the past, but it's actually it's not in the past. It's just one that for that episode where the prosecutor's trying to prove that the Doctor's done this, and this. So that's
pretty cool concept.
It's really good. But then it turns out that the prosecutor or whatever it is actually the Master that you find out in the last one.
Oh shit!
He's disguised. Yeah,
it's like the Dark World. It was Loki all along.
Yeah, it is actually quite good. You'd probably like it. And 7 to 8, don't it get shot? Because in the movie. And then 8, we don't see a regeneration from 8 to 9, do we?
No.
9 to 10, he absorbed all of Rose's power of the Tardis, didn't he?
Yeah. And then
10 to 11.
10 to 11, he absorbs a radioactive fucking
Wilfred. Wilfred ruined my childhood. I mean, I like the character, but he's the reason David Tennant left. You bastard.
11 just dies of old age, doesn't he?
Oh, is that what happens?
He like lives like to like 100 odd in that town by himself.
Oh yeah.
And then like Clara comes back to visit him and so like whispers into the crack in the wall and it's like, yo guys, if you let this guy die, it'll be a massive fucking mistake.
It's free real estate.
And then they give him more lives.
Yeah, it's like a cat.
And how does...
Do you know how he got those more lives? Using a discount code which you can use for NordVPN.
Shadow Proclamation invading your privacy.
Not anymore.
Now they can't find whatever you're doing.
Oh, I like that. You know what? This is a bit of a sidetrack, but you know, like NordVPN, Surfshark, and all those like VPNs. It reminds me of. Have you seen the latest Jason Bourne film?
I think so.
The one where there's like the big chase in Las Vegas at the end.
Just keep talking. It might come. To me.
There's a guy pretty much on it who runs like a security safety thing where people can like pretty much like Google, but it's like none of your information gets given to like the powers of like the world, and then they're trying to get him to give them all their information to him without people knowing, because that's his main marketing thing. So I feel like that's what NordVPN is. Like they're keeping everything. They say that they're keeping everything from like the governments and stuff, everything you search. But I feel like they actually do know what could be going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Doctor Who.
10 dies because he gets shot by loads of Cybermen.
No, that's 11, isn't it?
No, 12.
Sorry,
yeah,
12. Yeah,
12 dies
12.
by fucking getting shot by loads of Cybermen. And we're still yet to figure out how Jodie's gonna die. I thought she was gonna die in the Thanksgiving special, to be honest, and then she just keeps on living. Okay, to go back, are there any opportunities, as a classic man yourself, for there to be regenerations before the first Doctor, where he could have left Gallifrey and gone on adventures in a TARDIS that looks like a police box?
He stole it.
I know.
He stole the TARDIS, but there's a lot of references where he goes back.
Yeah.
To the Time Lords. Like I think in the second Doctor, with like the one I said about War Games, the 10-parter, he goes back to them there. The fourth Doctor loves going. Tom Baker loves going back to him. I swear to God, he practically lives there for half of his thing.
Okay, so but what I'm trying to get at is that in the Timeless Child, they bring up this new Doctor called Ruth, and Ruth is like a doctor. So before we were rudely interrupted by files, I was talking about Ruth. So just to reiterate for the tape.
For the tape, yeah.
Ruth is a doctor that comes before the first Doctor that somehow has the TARDIS as the police box before it was stolen, and then brings it back, and then it's restolen again. Also, there's like a life where he's in World War, whoever who gives a fuck, being like electric shocked, and before that there's a Doctor Who, which is apparently the real first one of the Doctors that I don't. That's the Timeless Child for you. What do you make of that?
The fact that how you describe it to me there makes me wonder how the hell that ended up on TV.
It's all, you know what's even worse? It's all just kind of told to you. It's not like it's like we inferred this from the episode. The episode is literally the master takes us to a PowerPoint presentation and like we are literally told how the new law works. Yeah, not a fan.
From the sounds of it, neither am I. But that is... There we go.
Smooth.
Yeah.
So Harry just pointing up the fans and then turn off the aircon. So it seems that we're in kind of like agreement when it comes to the new Who affecting classic Who. We're not really fans.
No.
I just don't think they find any good ways of doing it well. I will say that Peter Capaldi's episode with the Patrick Troughton actor isn't terrible. William Hartnell.
Mm.
There is this very awkward line that he talks about giving Bill a spanking or some shit. But other than that, it's fine.
Doctor Who episodes where there's like more than one Doctor feels like gold dust. So like you're bringing back old ones. So like on the third Doctor they had there was an episode called The Three Doctors, which was the first, second and third one. For the 25th anniversary, it was the 5 Doctors. So the first 5 Doctors were all in it. Cool. Apart from, I think, the actor that played the first Doctor, I think he died by then, so they didn't bring the original actor back, but everybody else was original. The 6 Doctors there was the 2 Doctors, which was the 6th Doctor and the 2nd Doctor, which was a weird one. But that's like one of my favourite ones. That's like the Sontarans.
Yeah. The Day of the Doctor's awesome. That's like the only really, really good one, in my opinion. And that's 3 Doctors, really. Even though John Hurt, you could argue that he's not really a doctor.
Yeah. That was a confusing beginning when he was first introduced.
Yeah. But I would argue that's the only one that's really been accepted by the fandom. Like, we've come through now and we've got like 3 other Doctors for these new couple series, and everyone's like kind of collectively gone, nah.
You know why? It's because David Tennant's in it.
But I feel like there was already like an inherent gap there with the Time War, and like there was room to fit in another Doctor anyway, so it makes sense.
Do perfect.
Fuck!
But the thing just jumped.
Yeah. Okay, season 13. Files keep messing up. I don't know what the fuck to do about it. Allow me. We should like put something in between here. We'll tell you what we should do afterwards. We should go through and we should record those little adverts and then put them in between the breaks so it doesn't sound like.
Are we recording now?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do that afterwards.
It's a shame that those files keep getting put away, but paedophiles don't get put away.
And that's it. Robbie's never hearing this. Season 13. Season 13 is weird. Season 13 is like. Okay, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong here.
I've not seen it.
Are there any times in the classic series where episodes don't follow the Doctor?
What do you mean? Oh, do you mean as in like the? Do you mean a bit like in Don't Blink?
Yeah,
where
like that.
Where it follows like even though the Doctor's still in it, but the main focus is that girl really. There probably is, but I'll need to think.
Okay, well, season 13 kind of operates like an ITV drama almost. It feels like one straight story. The entire thing is just like one story, just like really long.
Okay, so it's not like got different episodes that kind of interlinked with a backstory that goes between.
Well, they all do feel like different stories, but they're all part of the same plot.
Oh, like, so do they all end on like a cliffhanger? So
the entire story is about the world is ending for some reason again, and and the Doctor. So the world's ending because of these immortal beings, and the Doctor has to figure out how to not die.
Okay.
And like this takes form in loads of different ways. These dogs are coming. These space dogs are coming through to kidnap humans. Santarans are coming through from the past to the future in order to try and kill people in both. There's an underground tunnel that links them to a historical version of Liverpool for some reason, and that is also like a plot point that happens. And
yeah, cool.
Basically, the world is ending in this London area, but there's different obstacles that are like a natural threat in each episode. But there are also little side stories. Like there's this guy in a spaceship by himself talking to himself about shit, and he's trying to find his like girlfriend. And by going to different planets and stuff, and he's low-key actually kind of interesting. They have this plot where he was supposed to serve under this guy called the Lizard, who's really boring, and he decides not to do something that's a bit. They like wants to murder a planet or some shit, and he's like, I don't want to do that, and he doesn't want to serve him, and he gets punished for it and sent to basically exile. So this whole like the world ending thing is like his opportunity to go home, and it works. I don't like how it sounded there. It works. What does that mean? Anyway, there's plots like that. There's this random Swedish couple that turns up, and my mate could not contain himself while we were watching this together. He just keeps making like really bad impressions the entire time.
Okay.
And there's the Ruth Doctor that's turning up again. She's like kind of like a terrorist.
Oh. ISIS have gone big.
She is, isn't she? I'm not misremembering that. She is kind of. She does have a crew.
Well, technically, every kind of villain in Doctor Who a bit of a terrorist, especially the Daleks. The Daleks are like the ISIS of like our reality.
Moving on. Anyway, so this happens and it's fine. Nothing really amazing happens. But there is this really good Angel episode in the middle of it. Like they go to visit this guy, and
This is Jodie Whittaker's dad.
Yeah, that which holds the image of an angel is an angel, and like the angels are like coming through pieces of paper and stuff, and like they're going in the underground tunnel, and the angels are like hacking at the sides of the tunnel trying to get Jodie and stuff, and it ends really coolly with Jodie turning into a weeping angel. Yeah.
How does she get out of that one?
The last episode isn't good.
Oh, okay. Can I bring this forward? Yeah, I can bring this forward.
So, we meet the Doctor's mum.
So first it was the daughter in Tenants, and now it's the mom.
Yeah, the Doctor's mum is like the leader of this reality between realities kind of thing. Or this place between galaxies. And something. I don't remember. It wasn't. I don't care. Then like the Doctor faces off against these immortal beings that have been ending the world this entire time, and defeats them somehow. Again, I don't remember. I watched these stuff and I don't remember them. What does that say about it? I don't remember how they.
I can tell it was really good then.
For example, like they're really good cliffhangers, and they just resolved them by doing stuff. Like there's this part where these immortal gods are like, well, not immortal because she fucking kills them. But like these like godlike beings try and kill one of the companions. Forgot her name. The girl. And,
oh, that one, yeah.
Then like he's about to touch her and turn her into dust, and then it cuts to black, and then the next episode opens and she just ducks. And I'm like, what? Yeah, not a fan. Ruins canon. Russell Davies is going to have a job to try and fix it.
And if there's going to be a man that's going to do it, it's probably going to be him.
Well, what do you reckon to that? Like, how do you go about fixing the fact that we have Doctors that don't make sense now that are in canon? We have a Tardis that doesn't make sense anymore. We have the Doctor who is now basically the chosen one because she started all regeneration, which goes very much against the context of the show, him being the scared little guy that ran away from Gallifrey. How do you fix this? Where do you go?
I say bring David Tennant back.
I think that it could be time for, like the new series did, a bit of a soft reboot where we kind of bring the Doctor away from all of this stuff that doesn't really make any sense anymore and just start something new. Because
I agree.
I think it's going to be tough to make any of this make sense.
Yeah. Let alone follow on from it as well.
Yeah. I mean, Gallifrey's gone again.
Where's he gone?
After 9 seasons of finally setting foot back on Gallifrey, within the next 2, we don't see it, and then off screen, the Master destroys all of it.
God. Didn't they freeze it in the 50th anniversary thing?
Yeah. And that's like what season 8 is like trying to deal with. The Master knows where Gallifrey is somehow and won't tell.
Use Google Maps. Or Galaxy Maps.
There's just no space Google Maps. There's a gap in the market there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's rein this back a little bit.
Oh, imagine Uber, but from getting to planet to planet. To be fair, if you ordered food from Jupiter, it'd be cold by the time it got here.
What if you ordered something cold? You know, order an ice cream.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what flavours they have there.
They've got to have all the exotic flavours over there, you know? You ever seen that Rick and Morty episode where they treat you with the spiders and then they start eating ice cream that has flies in it now because they have a coalition?
No.
They're like the decree from the president, all ice cream must now have flies in it because you fucking have to accommodate spiders now. Okay. A new conversation topic. Best villain. Worst villain. Most overrated villain.
Oh God. Oh my God. That has opened up. Oh, that's like just like me throwing bread at some ducks and about 50 come at you. It's just like, well, which one do I go with? I mean, most iconic. I'm trying to think of any underrated ones. So it's obviously you got like the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Master, the Angels. You could probably say now. Zygons. Underrated. Oh, is there any ones that go underrated?
Are there any that you think are overrated?
Oh, that's also a good one. I've always said any from that series that it's all new ones. I'm trying to think. Is there any from the Tennant era where I'm like, you were a bit overrated?
I'll tell you one that I think is overrated.
Go for it.
The Devil in the Satan Pit episode.
I kind of get what you mean, but for me, it's more of they could have done more with him.
Yeah, I get a lot of people. I hear a lot of people on Reddit. Yeah, I see you, Reddit. Got my eye on you. Saying that the episode is great and it's like one of their favorites. And I just.
It's a very good two-parter, but I feel like they could have done more with the devil, like that the way that the first part ended, where it looked like the devil was coming out of that hole.
Yeah.
And then it started the second part, and it was like, well, there's nothing there. and then we finally get introduced to him at the end, but they just kill him anyway.
Yeah, I think it's very slow as well. That two-parter. I think it takes about 20 minutes to get going.
Yeah, there's when they like split up, it feels like do you know when there's the two, there's Doctor and is it like Nida or Might, something like that down in the pit, and then the rest of them up there. It feels like what's going on up there is very fast paced,
yeah,
and what's happening down there is just like really slow. So you just all of a sudden being chased by an ood in like a vent. You're like, oh my god, and he goes to them and just sat on the edge of a hole, and you're like.
They was having like some philosophical debate.
Yeah. Should we go down? I don't know. Well, can someone decide? let's not take the piss.
It's a long way down though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a part. I do get what you mean though. Maybe we're a bit with the Ood as well, because they started off like being really like scary, like when we first got introduced to them, and then like every other episode after with them, they've been like nice. So it's been like. Oh, okay.
I don't think that after that one there really is an episode of an Ood that there isn't any other Ood stories I really like.
There was the one with, I think, is it Donna's, the third episode of the series with Donna, where there's the snow planet.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, that's a bit. I think, isn't it? I think Donna cries or something like that one. So it's just like, I just get all these off. Is there in any? I swear they're in another one with David Tennant. I mean, they make that
they're
brief.
in the End of Time.
Yeah, they make the brief thing in that, don't they? Oh, I swear. Oh no.
I don't remember them being in any of this, to be honest.
Why do I remember Martha trying to say the word Ood?
I remember that too.
But I'm trying to think of.
No, I think that was Rose, to be honest.
Well, oh, okay.
Ood. I think that's Rose, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I feel like I can picture them being in an episode where it's like one of those like just one parters that's before like the final thing, like the final big one. But I'll just say that one.
Yeah. Okay. So, overrated. Put it out there. At least in the newer series, Cybermen.
You think they're overrated?
Yeah.
I think they've got more overrated as they've gone on. I think they started off really well, especially in the classic episodes. They were like. Every episode they've been in like the classics was really good.
Yeah.
And then they started off well with David Tennant.
Yeah.
And then I think they just kind of kept throwing them in because they were like, oh, they're iconic, let's throw them in.
Yeah. I don't think any episode beyond Doomsday
does
them well.
Yeah, I agree with
that. And
that.
that's season 2.
Yeah. I think I completely agree with that. I don't think they're in any other Tennant ones, are they? I've just forgot the person.
They're in that weird one where it's like Victorian London and there's like a dark.
Oh, is that the Christmas one?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one with the big
Cyberwoman.
Cyberman that goes over the city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that one either.
I keep forgetting that. What's the name of the person that plays Martha?
Freema Ajuman. I don't know how to
So
say her last name.
But she's in Doomsday, isn't she? Or at least the part before that. She's in that one, and then like in the new, and then when Martha's character comes along, she makes a reference that that's her sister or cousin or something.
Yeah, it's her cousin.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, you naughty.
When the girl from Torchwood shows up in Jay's, and they make a reference to her playing a character in season 1. You remember the Charles Dickens episode?
Yeah, the proper Welsh girl.
Yeah.
Or did they make a reference to it?
Yeah.
Oh, what was the reference?
It's David and Donna asking if she's like related to the family of like that she was from, and comment on how she has like the same face shape.
All right. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I didn't realize it until I saw a post on Reddit. Reddit, I see you.
Shout out to the Reddit community. Any overrated? Would you? Where would you put Slovene? Would you say under or over?
I think they're fine.
Yeah.
I don't think they're overrated because people don't really see them as a serious villain. But I don't think they're underrated because they have some good episodes.
Yeah. Overrated. I'm just trying to think of any Doctor episodes where I've watched it and been like, oh, them again.
I feel like a lot of the time that happens with Daleks at this point. But
Yeah.
I don't think the Daleks in of itself are overrated
It's the
because
story.
if they're done well,
Yeah.
they're incredibly great.
They're just running out of stories to do with the Daleks, aren't they?
I think they've become oversaturated to that point. Like in the the first 4 series, whenever the Daleks showed up, it was, oh shit, it's about to go down.
Yeah, because I remember we in Tennant's era, we didn't see it. I mean, we saw the Daleks involved heavily in Christopher Eccleston because they had the one where it was just called Dalek.
Yeah.
And then there was the 2-parter at the end that they were involved in.
Yeah.
Or 3, you could say. And then, apart from Doomsday episodes, were they in any other episodes in season 2?
Nope.
Okay, so they were using that one, and then they were used in the Martha one, the Daleks in Manhattan.
I hate that 2-part.
Do you?
No, wait. Okay.
I used to love it, but I don't like it as much as I used to, but I still like it.
I like it the same way I like Spider-Man 3. I think that the pigs are hilarious. I don't like the idea of the Daleks just deciding, you know what, we need to completely abandon the Dalek principle we've stood by the entirety of the time we've existed and just decide that we're going to mix with other races because that is just not who they are.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from there. And then I don't think we saw the Daleks after that for quite a while until the series finales in the Donna series.
Yeah, and they're good in them.
So that was quite a good gap between them. So you got kind of the middle towards the beginning of the Martha one, and then we didn't see them right till the end of the next series, which they had a good return.
And then they appear in Victory of the Daleks, which I'm not a fan of, with Matt Smith.
That was a weird episode.
Yeah.
That was a weird one.
Remember the newspapers after that episode where everybody was comparing them to the Power Rangers?
The thing... Oh, no. No, never mind. I was about to say, I think I remember exactly what I did that day, that episode, but it was the episode before that. Do you know that really weird one where it wasn't Matt Smith's first one and it wasn't Victory of the Daleks? It was one in the middle where I don't even know what they actually do. They go into like some sort of city, but on a rock that's floating in space or something. That was a really weird episode. On that day, it was the Grand National, and I went to watch Leeds versus Southend as well. Leeds won 2-0.
Shout out to Leeds.
Yeah. I've my friends think I'm sad for it, but I have this really weird thing where I remember random football scores from the past 10 years, and I can remember who scored and stuff like that, and it just stays in my head.
Madness. Sorry, that just had me like deep in thought for some reason.
But yeah, the Daleks.
I kind of feel like after that point, after Victory of the Daleks, they kind of just start getting used as almost like cannon fodder to make Matt Smith look better.
Yeah, they kind of, because in that Victory of the Daleks, they kind of what was it? Informed, well, not informed, but kind of made it look like that there was going to be like a new revolution of Daleks, like because you had like the new aesthetic style of a Daleks in all the different colours.
Yep.
So from then on, it looked like they were going to stick with that theme, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Which was a bit weird.
Like they turn up in the Pandorica Opens. They get
Oh yeah.
the villain of like that finale, and they're fine. But then like you start getting to A Good Man Goes to War, and Daleks are getting killed off screen like they're no problem, and you know what I mean, it's just like, and then like Peter Capaldi kind of treats them the same way. It's not really an issue. And like but from Matt Smith onwards, I wouldn't really say that the Daleks are anywhere near as scary or carry any sort of presence like they did in the original 4 series.
A weird one where I liked what was going on in the episode, apart from the ending of what the villains were like. Do you know the Shakespeare one? I thought the villains were a bit weird in that one.
Yeah, they are.
I felt like they had the idea of going back to Shakespeare to do something, and they weren't sure, and they kind of just eventually went with that because they couldn't think of anything else.
I like Shakespeare in that episode though.
Oh yeah, that's the I like the Shakespeare aspect to it, but then like the villain thing, I think that they maybe could have done something different. I don't know.
I think that's something that Doctor Who does quite well in a way. I feel like if you can get like a cool historical figure and then just like make him work with the Tardis team,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter what the villain is because I kind of like the episode anyway. You look at Vincent Van Gogh, Agatha Christie.
I can't remember what the
Charles
villain was in
Dickens.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh was an invisible rooster that was massive that was trying to take down a church.
Okay, fair enough.
But it doesn't matter because, you know, that's not the point. The point is to try and save Van Gogh from killing himself. It was really great.
An underrated one, which has only ever had 1 episode, and I wish there was more of, and I've mentioned it before, Dreamlord.
That's a cool episode. That is a
I
cool
like that
episode.
one. I mean, obviously, you need to kind of think of another way out, because obviously you can't just have 3 dreams, which is the same. You need to probably change it up a bit.
Yeah.
But that I really liked that concept.
That was a cool concept.
The real one was them in the TARDIS, wasn't it?
Neither.
Neither?
Yeah, it turns out that both of them were dreams.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. Both of them were dreams, and they fix it by, I think, dying in both. Something like that.
Oh, right, okay.
And then it turns out the Dream Lord was a pile of rocks that they'd like ingested into their TARDIS at the end.
Oh, right.
So technically that could happen again.
Yeah.
But I
swear at like the end of the episode he looks at his reflection and he sees him in the background or something.
Yeah.
I'd like the Dream Lord to come back. I think that was a really like good thought out villain.
Because the idea at the end was that the Dream Lord is the Doctor, just what like his anxieties and what he thinks about himself kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
There was, if you would have asked me this around David Tennant, Matt Smith era, I would have said Zygon's underrated, because I loved what they did with them in like the classic episodes of the 4th Doctor, Tom Baker, and I was like, they need to come back, and they brought him back, and I was like, yeah, they've done all right, yeah, but like I was hoping for a bit better, but it was still good.
I quite like them in the new series. Yeah,
I don't know, but I probably just had such high hopes from like the 4th when I was just like, oh, it was good, but you know, I was hoping for better. Maybe it wasn't even like the villains. Maybe it was like the storyline I didn't like. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I look back really fondly on the Zygons. I hope they come back again.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see them back again.
The Silence are another good one.
Oh yeah, that's a very good one.
Weeping Angels, obviously.
Yeah.
Great. But again, like the Daleks, they've become pretty oversaturated as well.
I tell you what, they haven't brought back, which I'm surprised they haven't, because they were so popular. There was the Abominable Snowmen from the 2nd Doctor. It was like a big villain for the 2nd Doctor. There must have been about 2 or 3 storylines what the Abominable Snowmen were involved in, and I'm surprised they're not brought them back, because like some of like especially I think it's called the Web of Fear. That's one of my favourite ever Doctor Who episodes, where it's like London's being evacuated because the abominable snowmen have been let loose in the London Underground, and they're trying to hunt them down and find out what's controlling them. It's a really good one.
That's really cool. They kind of did something similar in the Snowman episode of Clara.
Oh, okay.
They had like a being that was like a.
Oh, the Ice Warrior.
No, they had like this. They had this like ball of snow.
Oh,
that
right.
kept trying to control people, and like.
That might have been similar to it, actually.
And then like he was able to like bring up snowmen that were evil, and the whole final battle was about how he brings back this girl who had drowned in a frozen lake back to life in like ice form, and she chases like Matt and Clara up the building, and then they use umbrellas to get onto the Tardis.
I wonder if they'll bring back the Ice Warriors again, because they were in that one, do you know, with the ship in the middle of like frozen part of the sea, and then they were once again they were quite big with the Second Doctor as well. I think they actually had an episode where it was the Ice Warriors and they were controlling the abominable snowmen.
I don't think we'll see them for a while, to be honest, because they appeared in season 10 as well, with Bill. There was like an American Civil War episode where they were fighting the Ice Warriors on Mars, and it's fine.
So, I'm trying to remember how it ended. It was more like the storyline and the idea was really good. So this is like the first ever Doctor. So it was black and white, and there was this thing where the TARDIS shrunk to like the size of like that. So then when they came out, they were that small. And it was just outside. They came out just outside of a house in like a grassy, like rocky bit, and then the house they were outside of, they witnessed a murder just outside, and it were really good. And obviously they come across like insects, obviously that are like the same size of them. But yeah, the idea was really good.
Have you seen Flatline?
I don't think so, no.
There's an episode of Peter Capaldi where the TARDIS shrinks, but they're still the same size. But
right.
It basically works as a mechanic to keep Peter Capaldi in the TARDIS while Clara is outside of it, and he kind of like talks to her in a headset the entire episode, and she gets to pretend to be the Doctor.
All right. Oh, that's cool.
She kind of just like walks around and she's like, "I'm the Doctor," and he's like, "Doctor of what?" And she's like, "I'm usually pretty vague about that. I'm going to say that to make me feel important."
I'm just trying to think of, was there any like big villains in in classic episodes? There was a reference to how the I think the meteor that kind of destroyed like the dinosaurs or something was actually the Doctor going back in time to stop someone from destroying the evolution of like humans or something.
Jeez.
I can't. Oh no! He was stopping the villain from destroying the evolution of humans, and it resulted in something to do with an explosion that caused the extinction of dinosaurs, I think.
Madness. But
that most of that episode took place in Paris, which is quite a good episode.
Okay, I want to reel off some bad villains while we're here.
Go for it.
The Absorbaloff.
Yeah, I feel that was just a thing to get Peter Kay in.
Yeah, and also like I don't know if you know the name of the actor who plays like the main guy in that.
I've forgotten his name.
But he doesn't work.
Yeah. That episode actually made me cry when I was younger.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. I think it was because I was like afraid of. I think it was something to do with because didn't he lose his mum or something when he was younger? So I can't remember, and I think that's what I cried about.
Man, I just keep yawning all of a sudden.
What was it from? Clom. Clom.
The Fear Her monster. The little girl who gets possessed by a flower or some shit.
That is a weird episode.
Yeah, that's so weird. I don't like it.
It was building up to maybe kind of where you were thinking, oh, this could go somewhere, and then it was just like just a drawing in a cupboard that you never actually even saw.
Yeah, it has a cool ending though, where he's like running the flame to the Olympics.
Yeah. So I felt like in the beginning it looked like it was going to be something good, and then in the end you were a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
Because they started singing.
Kookaburra.
Yeah, and that's what stopped, and it was like, Oh, stop it there.
Have you seen the episode with Jodie where the guy detaches his fingers and sticks them in their ears?
No.
It is crazy. This guy decides to just start, like, he goes into their rooms while they're sleeping, then detaches his fingers, sticks the fingers in their ears, and then teleports them back to his ship. And just box with them. Just messes with their dreams. And it, like, they're all having the same, like, horrible dream at the same time. And he is, like, this guy who's trying to get this woman out of this spaceship, which is between two planets that are coming together or some shit.
Yeah.
That might be horribly wrong, but that's what I remember.
Ones just came to mind where it felt like it was another one where it felt like it was going to be a good one and was going to go somewhere, and then in the end it felt rushed and I felt very disappointed. The one where this might have been a Peter Capaldi one actually, if not then it was Matt Smith, but it was the one where all these random black cubes just start appearing everywhere.
Fucking black cubes.
Yeah, and I was just like, for some reason I was just getting Alexa vibes.
Yeah, that ending is terrible.
Yeah, it just go up to like a ship or something. It's just like, oh, I was hoping for better, really. But
there was no one I was thinking of. There's one in season 10 where the villain is a puddle. A puddle possesses a girl and puts like a weird thing in her eye, like a star or some shit, and she just starts killing people, and it all comes from a puddle.
What was the one where it was a Peter Capaldi one, and it was Clara, and there was I think there was like a guy doing community service or something, and all of a sudden these things that look like drawings or whatever start coming to life, and they're in this like train tunnel or something. I remember.
Yeah, that's Flatline, the episode I was telling you about before.
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah,
that's a good episode. I like that one.
Yeah, that was like a Peter Capaldi one. I was like, oh, quite like that one actually.
They at the end, the doctor calls them the boneless, which, you know, by definition they're drawings, but sure.
I don't know how this links in with it, but I saw a TikTok yesterday. It's this guy who does like movie facts, but it's like either dumb things or like where it's all completely obvious, where it's just like, well, we knew that. And it was like, did you notice in the film Die Hard, despite its name Die Hard, no one in the film actually died with an erection? That's the whole TikTok. It was like, oh, go on.
Cheers, Jeff.
Back to you in the studio.
Okay. We've done Best Doctor, Best Companions, Best and Worst Villains.
Best episode from each series.
Oh shit. Alright.
And when I say this, are we including a two-parter as one or not?
Yeah, we'll count it as one story because I don't think it's fair to say, like, I prefer part one. Part two kind of does away with everything. Like, it's the same story.
So Christopher Freckles.
Okay, I'm repositioning for this. I
need a reminder of all the episodes actually.
Okay. Can you read them out?
Yeah.
So we can kind of. Where's my phone? I don't know. This is gonna get really tough when we get to season 10 and we're kind of there like, I don't remember any of these.
Christopher Eccleston episodes. Oh look, he looks a lot older now.
And while he's doing that, a quick word from our sponsor. Do you like listening to people talk about stuff that you're never going to get involved with? Or listen to Audible. Start your free trial today.
And get a free book on us. Or do we go through, instead of thinking like, oh, which episode is our favourite out of the one, do we go through each episode and rate out of 10?
Oh, Lord, we'll be here forever.
We've got 46 minutes.
How about we do season 1 today, and then we'll do the next one next time we're here.
Okay. Season 1. Rose. First episode.
7. 8. 7 or 8. Between there.
I think I'll go 7 on that one.
Yeah.
I think
we'll agree on a 7. I think like it could be very easy for that story to be too dumb.
Yeah.
But they do a great job of making it seem serious while playing into the inherent ridiculousness of a bunch of mannequins trying to take over the world.
I like the mystery as well of the Doctor returning as well, and Rose trying to find out who he is.
Yeah.
I like that. And then Mickey just gets eaten by a bin.
And I love the moment with the London Eye.
Oh yeah.
And that iconic moment.
Oh yeah. Is it what place has a big eye? He's just like looking away from it. Where in London?
It would look like a big metal dish.
He's just like. There. It's there. So yeah, are we agreed on 7 in that one?
7.
The end of the world.
This is bad.
I might go 4.5.
I'm fine with that.
I'm half is me being nice because it's Rose, isn't it?
This is the episode where a bunch of Despicable Me robots try and kill a load of rich people who are trying to watch the Earth explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't great. But I really do like Rose and the Doctor in pretty much all of these episodes, and I feel like that in itself is an achievement of the episodes. So 5. Let's give it a 5. Let's be lenient.
Yeah. Okay. The Unquiet Dead.
5.
I think I'll agree with that.
Charles Dickens is fun, but nothing else in this episode is.
Okay. The next one I think is going to be a bit higher than our previous ones. Aliens of London.
This is the first Levine one, right?
Yeah.
8. I think this is the best episode of so far.
8. If not 8, then maybe 7.5. But I think 8.
Yeah, we have some really great moments in this, like the pig being shot.
Yeah.
the
He was scared.
The amazing moment at the start where they're like, "I'm the only one that knows about aliens," and a spaceship comes above and just bugs up Big Ben.
I just love the way he keeps going. It was scared.
Yeah, that episode's really fun. What's the next one?
World War 3.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, we'll just call that an 8 overall because it's the same story.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. Oh, I thought this one was before the Slovene one actually. Dalek.
8. I think I really like it.
At first, I was thinking 7.5, but now you've said 8, and I'm thinking about the positives. I'm inclined to maybe go with an 8. Actually,
I think this is the first time we see the Daleks, and I think it does a great job of making them scary, while not downplaying their history.
Put him in some place beginning with P.
That might be like the only downside to the episode, him, because I think he's a bit over the top.
Yeah. I like the action scenes in that one where the Daleks attacking and stuff. I like the thing to get, like the bit of the museum in the beginning where they're looking like you can see like a. Do you see a Cyberman head? Is it a Cyberman head?
Maybe.
I think this is a
I
Cyberman.
think you do.
Is there a Slovene arm as well? I think in a case. Yeah. So yeah, are we saying 8?
Yeah, I think so.
I need to remember. The Long Game.
Oh, this one's strange. This is
Is that the one with Simon Pegg in it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
the one where they click their fingers and then something opens up in their mind.
Oh my god, yeah.
And also, the guy from the previous episode sticks around in this episode and gets his head fucked up.
He does, yeah.
And then he gets left behind at the end of the episode.
His head stays like that, doesn't it?
I would give it. I'm torn between 5 and 6.
I was gonna say 5.5.
Are we doing halves?
I say we can do half. That's if we're struggling.
All right, we'll do 5.5.
5.5 for that one, if it lets me look. Or this next one, I think this will be quite high. Father's Day.
8?
Ooh.
7?
I was expecting you to say 9.
I like it, but I feel like there's a lot wrong with it as well.
Oh, okay.
I feel like some of the dialogue just. I like it, but I just feel like it's not as tight as maybe a 9 would be for me.
Okay.
We'll get to some 9s along the way, but I don't think that's quite there.
Do you think 8? Because if you say 8, I think I'll probably
8.
agree with that. Yeah. This will be a good one. The Empty Child.
10.
You think 10?
Yeah, I think that's the best Christopher Eccleston story.
I'm trying to think of which is better between The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances, but I'd probably say The Empty Child.
It's the same story. I'd give it both a 10.
I think personally I go 9.5. But I understand why you got a 10, yeah.
Yeah. I just love it.
Boomtown. What's that one again? Oh, that's the one where they're catching the Slovene that survived the two-parter one in Cardiff.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, there was this thing in that episode. They're in the when they're in the cafe before the doctor sees that the Slovene's back in the picture of a news thing.
Yeah.
And there's a random bit where it just cuts to him and Mickey just goes, and then he turned left, and then they all start laughing. So I just, in my head, at a young age of 5 or 6, I just thought just saying the words and then he turned left would make people laugh. So in a random conversation at a dinner table, I just said to my mum, and then he turned left, and my mum was like, what are you on about? So it didn't work. It didn't work.
It's amazing.
And then from then I was like, I think about just one thing of the moment.
And that's why you went into comedy.
That's why I've stuck with Madeleine McCann jokes. Bad Wolf.
Ooh.
Oh, this is the one with where it's the game shows kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it comes into the Daleks at the end.
I quite like it.
I'm trying to decide how much I like it.
I'm gonna go 8. I think I'd go 8.
I think so as well. We've given it a lot of 8s in this first season. I think the final part's an 8 as well, to be honest.
I would have gone 7 for the final part.
Would I have gone 7? Would I go 7?
I don't feel like it's as good as part 1.
Nah, I'm sticking with the 8.
I probably need to rewatch it, to be fair, because it has been a long time since I've seen it. Series 2, we've got time. Yeah, we spent 7 minutes on that series.
We went through that pretty quickly, to be fair.
Sure. Is it still recording?
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
Where to? I'm not sure, but it is still recording.
Okay, the Christmas invasion. This is the Christmas one that was between them.
7? I think it's a fun time.
Yeah, the Christmas tree attacking them. My Christmas tree.
I might even go up to an 8. I think this one's really fun. This is one of my favourite Christmas specials.
Oh, the bit where I see it as when you try and sign into your Google account, or when you try and sign into your Google account on another device, and Google asks if it's you, and it's that meme of the Sycorax going, "Who are you?" And then he goes, "I don't know."
Yeah, just that one scene.
that one line.
David at the start is so iconic that I feel like I might actually just give this an 8.
I think the moment I fell in love with David Tennant was when I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, 8. I'm giving it an 8.
Yeah. New Earth.
6. I think it's got.
Can I push you to a 6.5?
Yeah, you can.
I like the whole zombie aspect of it.
Yeah, I like how they keep changing personalities. I think it's really fun.
Or between is it Cassandra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like. I think it's a really dumb concept that I think is done pretty well. And
it's really weird how she says that her return was that her front exploded in the End of the World episode, but her back survived.
Don't think that's how explosions work, for sure.
Ooh, so what would you say that was? It 6.5?
6.5, yeah.
Tooth and Claw. I think this is an underrated one, actually. I quite like this one.
6.
You got 6? I would have gone 8. We're meeting in the middle. We're going 7.
Yeah, we'll go in the middle and go 7.
Oh, 7. The thing is, I really like the music in that episode as well.
I think the martial arts people that come in at the start. I can't. I
this
just
is
can't
our
take
land.
them seriously.
This is the property of the wolf. School reunion.
8. 9. Maybe even a 9.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, we'll give that one a 9.
What was the name of the villains?
The Krillitane.
That Krillitane, yeah.
They do a great job with Sarah Jane in that episode.
Yeah.
That whole episode.
I like how they're allergic to their own oil.
Yeah, because they've changed so much. That I really like. And, alright, I'm going to get technical here. But it's a really great metaphor for how the Doctor changes with his like he regenerates and he changes. So like
Okay.
he might not stay with the companions because he adapts over time, kind of like the Krillitane evolves over time. And it's like the Sarah Jane comes back and kind of is an obstacle the same way that they're allergic to their own oil because his own history ruins him, kind of thing. It's a cool metaphor.
I never thought of that. That's actually really good, yeah. I think. Did you say you like this one, The Girl in the Fireplace?
10.
Oh my god.
10. I'm not.
I didn't even finish saying fireplace.
I'm
and
not
you went
having
10.
it. It's amazing.
I would have gone 7.5, but I'll let you give it. I'll let you have the 10. I'll let you have the 10.
Again, I'm gonna get technical again because this is such a beautiful metaphor about how the Doctor's relationship is with his companions. Like the way that their lifespan progresses compared to his is like the girl in the fireplace. He keeps smashing into their lives and just like fucking up, saving monsters together, and then he comes back and then like time keeps passing, but he's not sure where it's going, and he's trying to help them by seeing in their brains, but that inadvertently they're learning about him, and it is just perfect.
Shit is getting deep.
It is perfect. I cannot.
Oh my god.
We could talk about the episode forever.
What's the name of the horse as well?
Don't remember.
I can't remember because he says, "Oh, take."
Arthur,
whatever.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Arthur.
Oh yeah, Arthur. Yeah. Oh yeah, take Arthur. Arthur, who's having? I named the horse. No, you're not keeping the horse. I let you keep Mickey. Now go.
Yeah.
No, you're not keeping the horse.
That episode is perfect, man.
The next two, which I think are like iconic David Tennant episodes, Rise of the Cybermen and Age of Steel.
Ooh, we might disagree on this one.
Oh no. Oh, don't say you're gonna get a 4.
No, I was gonna go 8.
I was gonna go 9.
I just can't put it up there with the greatest episodes, in my opinion.
I quite like it because it's like, it's a way of, because obviously you can only do stuff like something invading Earth so many times. Like they've done the Cybermen invading Earth before, and I like the fact that they were like, oh well, we want them to invade the Earth, but we've done it too much. So what if we go to an alternative reality where stuff's a bit different, where we can bring stuff that we wouldn't be able to have in the normal world back? Like obviously Pete, whose inventions actually work, and he didn't die. Rose is a dog.
That guy is actually doing really well. I love it.
Yeah. There's blimps everywhere. Yeah, I really like it.
We'll give it
It's a shame
8.5.
Ricky died.
Should we go with an 8.5?
Yeah, we'll go 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the age of steel. The Idiot's Lantern.
And also with that last episode, I really love the line where he's talking to Lumen and he's there like, "Come on, you're a clever man. I'd call you a genius, but I'm in the room."
Yeah. Oh, it's Lumic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lumic.
The Idiot's Lantern. That's the one with the TV, isn't it?
Yeah. That one used to be a bit of a scary one, I thought, as well.
6.
6.5. Do you know the kickoff with True Geordie?
Yeah.
Do you know one of the people that's on there? He is the kid that was in Idiot's Lantern.
Is it?
Yeah. The guy called Rory, who's the Chelsea fan on the kickoff,
Oh, madness.
was the kid in Idiot's Lantern. And I literally had no idea until I think they mentioned he'd done acting in like EastEnders and stuff, and they said, "Oh, and you're also that episode of Doctor," and I was like, "Where? I need to check which episode this is." And I went back and I saw that one, and I was like, "Oh my god, how did I never notice that?" But yeah, he's in that. So what did it say 6.5 for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with 6.5. That's fine by me.
The Impossible Planet. Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit. We can say together.
7.
Could I push you to a 7.5?
Yeah, go on then.
Love and Monsters. That's the
2.
yeah.
No disagreements there.
Yeah,
That episode is awful.
2, and that's just like that's giving it compliments. Just the whole bit where he's about to get killed by the Clom or whatever it's actually. Oh no, Absorbaloff is from Clom, isn't it? And then the doctor comes out, instead of like going to help, he goes, "She wants to have a word with you." You upset my mother. There's a big great alien from outer space, and you're shouting at me. Fear her.
Okay, what did we give the Charles Dickens episode?
That's the third Christopher Eccleston one.
Yeah.
Did we give that a 5?
Did we give that 5 or a 6? I don't remember.
5, I think.
I think I'd give this one a 5.
Gonna push you to a 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 5.
And then Army of Ghosts and Doomsday.
Do we count them as one?
Yeah.
9.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 10. But yeah, I think 9.5. Maybe a 10.
Oh shit.
Maybe I'm tempted to think 10, which would average it out to 9.5. Yeah, I'm gonna go 10.
Yeah, we'll go with 9.5 then. That's fine. That's fine by me. I mean, it's one of those episodes where I know when I look back, I'm kind of there like, it's good, but it's not that good. Then I watch it and I'm there like, that's better than I remember it every time.
It's not quite Carlin. Right, series 3, The Runaway Bride.
Okay, let's do the Tennant era and we'll stop there.
Okay,
Because this is going to go on forever. The Runaway Bride. Honestly, I rewatched this recently and it's not as good as I remember it.
Oh, is it not?
No, I'm going to go with a 7.
I think that's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair, yeah. Smith and Jones.
This one's actually really solid. I really like this one.
I used to find it creepy, like the feeling of someone putting a straw into your neck. I found that really creepy.
This might be an unpopular opinion. I'm going to go with 9.
9?
I really like this intro. This is a great intro to Martha.
I was going to say 7.5, but I'm willing to go up to an 8.5.
That's a bit of a joke. Okay, yeah, we'll go with it.
The Shakespeare Code.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, yeah. Good luck.
I rewatched this recently and it is so much better on rewatch. I really enjoyed this one on rewatch. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
I'm tempted to agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm tempted
I
to
really
agree.
like it. You know what? I'm gonna get like current affairs over here, but I really like that. You know, when we'll get like post-apocalyptic, where it'll be like, you know, everybody's out for themselves. It's very, you know, it's very narcissistic and cynical. I really like the Gridlock kind of does it, and everyone kind of comes together, which is more like what we've seen in like these current 3 years. People kind of coming together more than, you know, when things go wrong, they all decide to just become cannibals and murder everyone.
Yeah. It's the fact that they're like, oh, so how long till the next junction? Oh, I'll give it 12 years. 12 years!
Yeah. And I love that part where David picks up the cats.
Oh, yeah.
Just
the bit where he just keeps jumping from pod to pod downwards.
and just like
I saw there's like a naked couple at one of them, yeah, something like that, yeah.
and just like, don't mind me. What's next?
Oh, wait, what did we rate Gridlock again?
8.5.
8.5. This, I think we're going to be very different in this one. Daleks of Manhattan / Evolution of the Daleks. I was going to go 8. And you're going to go like 5 or something, aren't you?
I was gonna go 6.
Oh, we'll go 7.
7.
7
That's fine
then,
by
yeah.
me.
I think part 1's better than part 2.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's definitely a solid 7 if I get drunk while watching it, because I'll just have so much fun. You know what else is hilarious? Like, I was watching with my roommates and like Andrew Garfield shows up. And
I
I'm
know!
like, what's going on?
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I'll tell you what, it can get probably a bit annoying in the end, but the really strong New York accent of that girl, it's just like, oh,
Tallulah.
Yeah, Tallulah.
Just like the most over the top New York city I've ever seen in my life.
Tallulah. The Lazarus Experiment. My instant thing was 8.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I quite
8.
like that one. That's one where I'm like, if it's on, I'll watch it, because I'm like, you know what? I quite like that one.
The thing is with that one, It always kind of puts me off because I think the CGI is a bit wonky. But when you actually just
Yeah, I
sit
kinda
down
get what
and
you mean, yeah.
past that, it's pretty solid.
What annoys me in that episode is that random guy that goes up to Martha's mum and he goes, "He's dangerous," and then starts whispering in his ear. And it's just like we never see that guy again. We have no context to how his relation with the Doctor is.
I think the context is supposed to be. I think if you watch it all together, the context is that it's one of Saxon's people.
Oh, okay, yeah. If that makes sense now, yeah. I was gonna say that's just he just weirdly goes, "Something you should know about him." Whispers in his ear. We never know what he says. And then she goes, "He's dangerous. I've been told things that will tell us. Tell us." So then we can use the Carl Pilkington bullshit.
I really like how awkward he is when he meets a mum as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, "So you must be a mother. I've heard so much about you. What have you heard? That you're her mother."
She's got a big family as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, sister, brother, mother, father,
42.
stepmom.
Not 41. It's 42 siblings. The episode 42.
What's that one about again?
Something. Burn with me.
Oh, I just watched this one.
Burn with me.
6.
Yeah, I think I might agree with you. I think 6 as well is a bit like, yeah, you're being nice. The next 2 I feel like are some of like the most underrated Doctor episodes ever.
I'll tell you why I have a soft spot for that episode 42. It's because of the memes that came from Martha's conversation with her mum on the phone.
Which one?
She has a conversation with her mum on the phone where she's trying to figure out who has more sales, Elvis or the Beatles, and she's loading up the computer and she's just like, she's like so upset with everything. It's so good.
So these next 2 I think are probably one of the most underrated Doctor storylines or episodes ever. Human Nature / The Family of Blood.
10.
Yeah.
10.
I
Solid 10.
I love the ending of how he just goes in, pretends that he's still...
Yeah,
is it John
so
Smith?
Good. John Smith, yeah.
He's still John Smith. And then he's pushing a load of buttons by accident. And then they open the watch and they go... And then nothing happens. They just have really snotty noses to these people, and then he just switches back to it. He's proper badass, and he's like, "Oh my god,
we're back!"
What's that video? Man United are back. Rio Ferdinand. Oh yeah, it's so good. Like the whole concept. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though. On rewatch, do you remember the first guy, the Baines? Jeremy Baines?
Jeremy Baines, yes.
He is so good. His acting is spot on.
Jeremy Baines, he was actually killed.
Everything he does just unnerves me, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's just like...
It's Baines, sir. It's Jeremy Baines. He killed someone. He killed someone in the local village. We saw it. I just love the way he goes, "Baines, sir. It's Jeremy Baines." There's a racist joke as well in that.
Oh yeah.
The episode.
Yeah.
Where she's cleaning the floor.
How can you tell when anything's clean?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god! Like if that came out today, I'm like, oh, they wouldn't have got away with that. They would not have got away with that. I feel like so. What do it's 10? 10. Yeah. This next one, I feel like you're gonna put highly. Blink.
10. And I'm sorry here, but
I'll let you have your 10. Don't worry, I'll let you have the 10, and we'll give it a 10. But part of me is like 7.5, 8.
No,
probably 8. Part of me is like 8, but you know what? The more you keep saying 10, the further I keep going up.
Rewatch the episode tonight. It is perfect. It's perfect.
Every time you say a 10, and every time more stuff comes to mind, it keeps getting higher. So now it's an 8.5.
Nah, gee, it's a 10. Rewatch it. It's 10.
I mean, from this, Martha series is elite so far.
Martha series is the second best. It's so good.
Utopia. 7.5. Maybe 8.
Yeah, we'll give it an 8.
Because of the ending.
Yeah, 8. I'm fine with that.
The sound of drums.
Like, does he with that finger as well? It's like that.
He's just that on the desk. Well, there's just a dead guy in there like.
Oh, what are we saying?
Or saying that we're going to say this is 2, so Sound of Drums and the Last of the Time Lord.
Okay. 8.
Well, I thought you were going to go 9.
I was almost there. I wasn't sure. 8.5?
Yeah.
8.5. Okay.
8.5. I like Martha's story.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, I need to go to the next series now.
I'm not sure. Like, they don't really explain very well why the Doctor just all of a sudden turns into a god.
Yeah.
They're like the Archangel Network is a hypnotic thing that allowed Mr. Saxon to become president, but they don't explain why it allows David to come back in time and go to his normal person. It doesn't explain why he can fly, and it certainly doesn't explain why he has the Force.
What's this one? Voyage of the Damned.
Oh, that's the one with Kylie Minogue.
Oh, okay, yeah.
8. Yeah, 8.
I'd be inclined to agree with that, yeah. Oh, the bit at the end, you know, when he drops off the old tour guy off on Earth,
Yeah.
and he gives him a credit, he goes, I have money.
It's so good.
I want to know how much money there is on that card.
It's like 6 million in the end.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's like, I wanted some money for like trinkets and stuff, so I thought this might do. And he's like, you have £6 million.
Partners in Crime. I like this one.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little fat.
The Adipose are one of those few villains which aren't scary at all, but also work amazingly, and I really like them.
It's more just the main woman. I've forgotten what her name is.
Can we push it up to an 8.5? I really like
Yeah,
this one.
I'll allow that. I'll allow that. The music's good as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, the music in this whole series I think is really good.
Yeah, me too.
Fires of Pompeii.
8.
Yeah. Yeah.
7.5. 8. I think it's there. I think it's either 8 or 7.5.
It probably depends on your next viewing.
Yeah.
Planet of the Ood. I'm tempted to go with like a 3, maybe a 4.
I don't watch this one, so
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with whatever you want to go with, because I rewatch that series all the time and I skip it every time.
Go with a 2. Okay, this is 2. The Sontaran Stratagem and the Poison Sky.
8.
I was gonna go 9.
I'm fine with that. But 8.5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
8.5.
think it's the kid is a bit annoying at times.
Yeah, I forgot what his name is. Is it Max? No. Does it say on here what his name is? Oh, his last name's Ratican, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't say. Come on, it says somewhere. Luke Ratican.
Yeah. Luke can be a bit. Luke.
He's a bit egotistical, but then in the end, he actually dies to save everyone. To be fair.
Yeah, I like that ending.
Yeah. The Doctor's daughter.
8.
I don't know what actually happened.
This is the one
Oh,
where.
she dies. Oh no, she doesn't die actually. No.
Well, she
dies.
does and she doesn't.
Yeah, and then I was expecting to bring. You know what would have been sick if she came back in like the last 2-parter.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would have been.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. But obviously.
But I probably maybe would have undercut the whole Rose reunion if we were.
Oh, true. Yeah, I get that.
Rose, you back? Oh, Journey's here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame we haven't seen her since, because she escaped with the hint, because they wouldn't do that unless they were going to bring her back, but they haven't actually brought her back. The Unicorn and the Wasp.
8. I feel like I've said 8 like 7 times in a row.
Yeah,
it's
I
genuinely
think
an 8.
8's good for that one. This next 2, I feel like you'll rate these either. Silence in the Library / Forest of the Dead.
9.
Yeah, I was thinking 9.
I might even go up to a 0.5, you know. I think it's really close to a 10, but I don't think it's there.
I think I agree with that. 9.5.
Yeah.
Because the second one's quite scary.
It's really good.
Well, it's
that cliffhanger is awesome.
It's Donna's world that's scary. Like the face of that woman, the kids just like there's about 10 of them in the park at once, and then they disappear in the beds, and it's like, okay.
And everything we love about River, we have to fight for that episode, which I think I give a lot of credit to.
Yeah. Midnight.
10.
Because of its creepiness. Creepiness.
I love creepiness. Right next to Boxing Day.
Have you seen like Merlin?
Love Merlin.
It's the main character from Merlin, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
He plays the son, doesn't he, of that couple?
I know his name. What's his name? Fuck. No, I don't.
Not Jeffrey, is it?
I don't think so.
I swear it's got 3 on the end of it. I know. Because he starts mimicking, goes, we're all gonna die.
I love him. He's great in it.
He's like, is it chicken or beef? I think it's both.
What are you saying out of 10?
I would have gone 8.
I think it's a 10, man.
I got 9.5 then.
Okay, cool.
No. Turn left.
9?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a solid 9 for me.
Which is, you know what I love? I think it's the end of the what's Donna's first episode called again?
The Runaway Bride.
No, of this series.
The Partners in Crime.
Partners in Crime. The bit at the end of that episode where
Rose turns up.
where she just puts the keys in the bin and she goes up to I've forgotten the name of her mum. We'll ask for the keys. They're in that bin. Tell her that bin there, and then walks up, and then Rose turns around and it plays the Rose music, proper like with like a deep melody bass, and it's just like, oh shit! Like as like a child, that was just like, oh my God!
I showed my roommate that for the first time the other day, and she like started jumping up, like she ran out of her seat and started jumping everywhere. And we're all sat there. We'd seen it before, and we'd all wanted that reaction. We were there like, come on!
And there's the bit in Midnight as well where she appears on the screen in the background, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
It's just only if the volume was up. What did we say for turn left then?
9.
9, yeah. Okay, Stolen Earth / Journey's End. I think another 9.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
because I like the bringing together all the characters.
I think for the like how ambitious it was, the fact that it worked at all, has to get it massive brownie points.
Yeah.
And Davros is obviously like top tier. Davros was really cool when he came back.
Yeah. Dalek Khan. That's the one that was just like half broken, wasn't it?
Yeah, and did you fucking betray him at the end? You're just like, fuck you guys, man. My future's gonna come take place. Fuck all of you.
Time Crash. What's this? After the Doctor parts ways with Martha, he tries to take the Tardis to spin wildly and sound an alarm. Off. Only for the Tardis to spin widely and sound an alarm checking out the system. The Doctor passes his 5th incarnation doing the same thing.
This was like a special. I didn't see this one.
What were like the specials he did in between that we can rank? So he did
the next Doctor was next.
Oh, so was that the one where it was the guy who thought it was the Doctor?
Yeah. This is like the first real meh.
6.
Yeah, same.
I actually panicked when I saw that because I was like, no, I don't want David to go. And then he went a year later. What's the one where it's the bus that ends up in the desert?
I don't remember what it's called.
I'd give that a 6.5 maybe.
6.5.
Lee Evans is in it, and he's like one of, if not my favourite comedian, so I'll say that. Water on Mars.
9.5.
I thought you were going to say 10. I want to say 10, but I think you're probably right with a 9.5.
I think the start of it just a little bit more, you know what I mean? I feel like it just starts too much like a normal episode. But I think that low-key almost works for the episode because you don't expect it to go left field like it does.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'm just not there at the 10.
Just like the shock at the end of he saved them. She's realised that she wasn't supposed to be saved. I wasn't supposed to. So then she kills herself at the end.
Such a good ending.
Then a nude turns up and stares at the Doctor whilst he's there. Like, is this it?
Just like singing at the Doctor. Am I early?
I swear there's another one. A bit.
If there is, I don't remember it. I've got the internet here. I'll look up the episode list.
Well, what would you say for the 2-parter that came out on Christmas and New Year's?
The End of Time?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say 10?
I was said 9.5.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, I think it's just my personal bias of like how much I love the ending. Just like the ending 10 minutes. It's just awesome.
It just keeps changing who he's going to shoot. He's like, get out the way. And then he just does that creepy smile, jumps, and then he shoots the machine. Back into the Time War, Rassilon! back into the time warp.
Back into hell.
That's it, yeah. And then he just like stares at him menacing, like. I love like the whole like thing they added with like and it was really creepy and really good with like the master, where he kind of like he had this like thing of where he would turn into a bit of like a skeleton thing, and he could like fire like electric. I loved that.
Yeah, there isn't any more between. We got them all.
Oh, does that? Okay.
Yeah. I think it gets a little bit.
I like the creepiness of it, and
a little bit comical at first.
When he's chasing the master, and then like Wilfred and his friends come over randomly.
Well, you never said he was a looker.
He's gorgeous. Is that your hand, Winnie?
So good. Yeah. 9.5.
Yeah.
I think we could have done so much more. I don't want to go.
Oh, don't say that. That line made me cry.
Yeah, me too. Well, no,
just sign the contract, David.
One more series.
Broadchurch can win.
We really should have like tallied up those points along the way and then like got an average or something like that.
For each series.
Yeah.
Shit, wait. I think we've got time. Oh, but then I don't have the episodes in front of me to rate each one again.
I'll tell you what. We'll do that off screen, and I'll go back and I'll listen to this, and I'll get all of our ratings, and I'll note them down, and then next time we'll come up with an average rating for both David as a whole, Eccleston as a whole, and each season. And then when we do the next ones, we'll compare them.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a sneaky suspicion an average might be 8.
Me too.
Maybe 8.5.
There are a lot to do. We gave them a couple of 2s as well, though. So maybe
it was kind of average 8 to begin with. Well, with David Tennant, it was average 8 to begin with, and then it started go up in 10s as it got to Martha, and then it dropped a bit to about a 7, and then it started to go up a bit more to probably 8 and 8.5. I think the average.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 9 because we gave that many 9s and 10s in the end.
Yeah. Okay, I reckon we're going to sign off here.
Yeah. So, guys, if you want more of this content, please sign up to the Patreon.
Of course, and join our Discord server as well.
It's just a month. We're not asking for much.
If you give us your loan now, you'll get an extra...
There's 50% off on the merch as well.
Yeah, of course. For the t-shirts, that'll cover up your scar. Subscribe. Yeah.
Like the comment, smash the dislike button. Can we get 10 dislikes on this? That'd be amazing, thank you.
We don't have dislikes anymore.
Do they not?
No, they got rid of it.
Oh no, they do have them, but you just can't see how many dislikes there is.
Okay, so I want to get 20,000 dislikes. Yeah.
We want to beat the record of YouTube Rewind 18 on 19?
Who cares?
18. We want to beat that record. So that'd be much appreciated. Anything left to say, Ryan?
When do you want to do this next?
Oh, well, I'd say in 5 minutes.
We'll discuss that afterwards. All right, I'm done. Bye.
Follow Harry__EP on Instagram. Not on Instagram, on TikTok.